Hey everyone, today we have a fitness video for you. I'm bringing you 3 different days of my training, as well as at the end I have a sneak peek into what I do pre, during, and post for nutrition. That's to keep you up here mentally in it while you're down here in the run. It keeps your mind and your body connected completely, and that's a big game changer for my running game, as well as what I've learned is really the nutrition is what keeps you going, because there's a term that I've recently come to understand. It's called bonking on a run. When I first heard that, it sounds pretty interesting, the word, but it is so true. When you hit that point and you just feel like you can't run any further, it comes down to nutrition, and it comes down to being prepared and replenishing your body for what you're losing. So stick to the end. I'll bring you through a little bit of a thing that I do for myself during, pre, post. And as I continue to hone in on that for myself, I'll bring those to you as I go through my ultra training. This is all from my knowledge from the Ironman. So leave a like, subscribe, both of those are down below, and I'll catch you in the video. Hey everybody, I just got here in Michigan probably about 15 minutes ago. I got gas and now I'm parked over there, and I'm gonna go for a 10-kilometer run. It's going to be a zone 2. So zone 2, for reference for these workouts, I referenced it briefly in one of my videos on Facebook and Instagram. Zone 1 is basically like a recovery walk. Zone 2 is a jog. Zone 3 is a tempo run, so you're keeping a good pace. 6 to 7 perceived, or 5 to 6 on a perceived rate of exertion. So that's how much you could feel. Okay, I'm at like a 5 or 6. And then zone 4 is 7 to 8. And zone 5 is 9 to 10. Your 9 to 10 is like a sprint full out. You can only keep it for a little bit. Zone 4 is like a race pace, 7 to 8. So you can keep that for the whole time. That's essentially what you're trying to do. Zone 3 is a good pace as well. So zone 2 is what I'm doing today. Just a general jog for 10K. Did a little bit of foam rolling, about 7 to 8 minutes of foam rolling. Just get the joints and things ready, and then about an hour run, stretch, and then back on the road. I'm going to be hitting the border. I have about 8 hours left. I'm in the time zone now, Eastern time zone, so all that it is just the driving left. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. Always feeling good. We're almost there. And it's not about the distance, it's about what's in your mind. Because what's in your mind is what controls what's around you. Your mind is what created who you are, your relationships with your family, your job, how well you do your job, how well you treat people at your job, how well you treat yourself, and whatever is reflected in is reflected without. So whatever you're feeling inside is what the people, the universe, God, whatever, reacts to on the outside. And that's what your reaction is. And that is what your results are. This is how I start my runs. Hit this wall, got my timer, start it off, and then we're off. So I'm currently about 35 minutes in. I'm feeling good. Again, this is a zone 2 workout, 11K mid to long run. So what that looks like is basically just a smooth, steady pace, 3 to 4 rate of perceived exertion throughout the whole run. And then I probably have about, how many K? Probably got about 5K left. So we're here, all finished. All finished. time to stretch. All right, so 15 minutes prior to your workout, you want to do these gels. So I'm gonna be, this is my first time I've tried this Huma one. That's good. Wow. That's better than the other one. Wow. That is... Whew! I'm ready to go. That's fantastic. And the thing that causes so much confusion in our lives is because the mass majority of people are not making their own decisions. And they are not making a decision at all. They're sitting in ambivalence. Look up the word. See what it means. They are sitting in ambivalence. That word means when you're mentally in a state conflicting, a conflicting state between two things. All right, we just hit a 10.4 3-kilometer workout, an hour and 8, 6:35 kilometer pace. That's pretty decent. I mean, that's definitely a straight zone 2 for the workout. There's a huge house party over there. House and techno party. Pretty interesting. Oh. Got some sweat in my eyes. I'm actually gonna go check it out. I'm gonna go see what's up. So I'm gonna take you right now on my in-depth, what it looks like pre, post, and during my race for nutrition and different things. Some of these things I just implemented today. Some of them I just have been implementing throughout my Ironman, previous to that training, and as I'm working through now for my ultra training 160. So things continue to develop. One thing for me that I've incorporated into my training is for the stomach and the diet. So that's something, my stomach was something that I had to understand and really work with. So testing different things that work for how well your stomach works with these different supplements, because everyone's different. That's what they told me at the beginning, and that is 100% true. So the first things I'll start with is the energy gels. These you start with before, and you keep those during the run, bike, swim, whatever activity you're doing. These ones are new to my routine. I use the GU. I use those all throughout the Ironman, throughout my training. These ones, in my opinion, taste much better. They are a little more, and they do seem to have less sodium, I believe it was, or less sugar. It was one of the two. I believe it's less sodium. These definitely taste a lot better. If you're wearing a tri-suit like I am, I mean, this is something that I am used to wearing. I like it because of the compression pants. These really, I find they help to keep in they help my hips. They make my hips feel quite a bit better. So this is called Body Glide. This is basically just anti-chafing cream. It's almost like a deodorant stick. And you just kind of put that between your legs. And especially with a tri-suit, it has the bike pad in there, so it gets stuck a little bit between your legs and it starts to chafe a little more. So that's pre-run, taking those, and then you also take the energy gels during the run every 45, depending on how long you're going. Things that I implemented today would be the heart rate monitor. So this is basically, you just strap it around your chest, and you have the electrodes. This sits in the front. This is the battery. You have the electrodes here that essentially keep your heart rate in check. That's the first day I've implemented that, and today is the first day I've been wearing my Garmin Fenix 6. This thing is a beast. And as I've stated here, I have these are called salt chews, salt stick. They're in a bag because I transported them there during the race, so I've just been using those. Those are for replenishing the salt you sweat out, electrolytes. These things work like magic as well. This is the hydration mix I was talking about. So I used this on the bike during the Ironman. Basically, it's to replenish your sugars, all those different things, the salt you lose again. So you have the hydration mixes, you have the energy gels. Basically, you'll find what works for you. I found there was one mix I had that I bought from a cycling shop in Toronto, and it was heavy. The hydration mix I find is not a fueling mix, it's a hydration, because you have the different levels here: hydrate, fuel, build. So I found the hydration worked best for my stomach. It wasn't as heavy. And then also having just a handheld, I'm going to upgrade. I'm going to invest in something a little bit bigger, a little bit different, that can hold the gels in there. So those are during. And I also have the Noosa Tri 13 shoes. These things have worked like a charm. They have the lifted front end. The whole sole of the shoe is actually bent that way. So running from a flat shoe to something that is curved like this makes the world of a difference. It also has it's also made out of mesh here, so it's a lot lighter. These shoes are beautiful. I'm gonna get some trail running shoes as well. These are actually from the trails, these little rips prior to the Ironman. These are gonna be great training shoes. I'm gonna have those for the race. And then we have our post race. So this is the caffeine drink mix that I got. I got all these from MEC, Mountain Equipment Company. They have tons and tons and tons of gels, recovery drinks and mixes. So this one is basically to replenish, even more sugar after you sweat it out. You have fats for recovery, and you also have the sodium. So this one gets you a little bit of caffeine afterwards and gets you going. And for my stomach, I have also found the kombucha. It's a nice treat, and it also helps with my stomach. It helps to like settle it down. It's very much so like the bacteria cultures and all that. That's something that I found actually helps for me. So putting that on ice or just refrigerating that, and then foam roll and stretch. So that's my basic regime at the moment. What I do, and I'm about to hop right into my stretching routine here. So I have the routine from my coach. This is what I'm going to be doing: hamstrings, and then the hip, what she calls pigeon pose, the hip pose there. Then you have the IT band stretch, you have a lower back stretch, and the your calf stretch. I also am going to be implementing a hamstring stretch in there, and then obviously to finish it off, a foam roller, get my blood flow and just loosen up those muscles, while I'm drinking this to recover and this for my stomach. That's personally what I like to do. These are a part of my regime at the moment. Eating a lot of fruits, that's something that I found. I talked to a gentleman that ran Ironmans previously to my Ironman. Eating a lot of fruits is something that I've implemented. Works wonders. Bananas, amazing. Bananas are for anti-cramps. They help so much. And oranges, blueberries, apples, things like that. Higher carbs. Chicken works really well with my stomach. So yeah, these are the things that I've been implementing for myself. For people that are beginners and don't really know much, you don't want to bonk, and you don't want to hit that place where you don't really know, you feel like you need to stop, because you don't ever actually have to stop. That's the thing. When you're running, you can stop if you want to break, but you don't ever actually really have to stop. Because when you have this stuff, when you have what the salt you're losing and you're replenishing, and you have all these different things, you will be good. You are good. So try to implement some of these into your fitness journey, your running regime. If you're a new runner, if you're someone who enjoys running and just quite can't get to the next distance, try some of this stuff. See how it works. Stretching, fueling, pre and during the run. It'll change your world.